Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Star Wars Black 6-inch series Luke Skywalker. This is obviously Luke in his black outfit when he goes to the second Death Star and fights Vader and blah blah blah. You guys know the movies probably better than I do. I am but in no way, shape, or form a Star Wars expert, but I do know that the face sculpt is really good. That wonky painted eye detracts from it a whole lot, but I think that's a really nice sculpt to get the likeness of Mark Hamill. So that's cool. Other than that eye, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so he stands just about 5 3/4 inches tall. So that's probably about right. He's not supposed to be a big guy. He's a little slender, probably fairly accurate, so that's okay by me also. Can we get that off? We can. Alright. He's almost all molded black plastic. So it does look a little bit cheap in that sense. There's no shading in the way of paint anywhere on this guy. In fact, the only paint we have is on this belt. Let's see if I can not drop the figure. On the belt there, and then for the eyes and hair. And I guess the neck probably. Let's see if that's a separate piece or not. It is a separate piece. Huh. That's what I was thinking. So we have almost no paint. And they did manage to screw up the paint that they did do on the eyes, unfortunately. The hair does have some really subtle shading, so I'll give them that. It looks really good. The eyes are just a little crooked. Probably most people won't have that issue, but I do. And since I'm the one reviewing it, I have to point it out. In terms of articulation, the hips, standard range of motion, pretty good. Can't go out to the side very far, but no problem front and back. We have a thigh swivel, double jointed knee. That gives us perfectly good range of motion, no problem at all. Ankle pivot all the way down, that's good. And we can bring it up fairly far, a little bit farther than we've seen in some of the other recent figures, so that's okay by me. And then we do have the ankle rocker built in, so far that's pretty good. As far as the torso articulation, we do just have this diaphragm joint, so you're not going to get a whole lot of forward and back out of the diaphragm joint. That's really about it. Rocking side to side just a little bit. And then we do have the waist twist. We have ball hinge shoulders, no problem at all, and they made it so you can bring the arms all the way down to the side if you want to. That's always a good thing. We have no bicep swivel built in here, but we do have it in here in this part of the elbow, so I guess that's okay. It's better than nothing, and that of course has our elbow hinge. Also, mine came like this, so be careful if you get yours and it hasn't been turned around. Just turn it around and you should be okay. And then we have the wrist, which is a swivel and a hinge. And on this side we have the swivel and the vertical hinge, so that's good for the lightsaber. It bothers me that they they sculpted fingernails on his glove. They sculpted the wrinkles, and I don't believe, I guess I could be wrong, but I don't believe he had wrinkles and fingernails on his glove. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a little odd. The head articulation you already saw. We have a hinge here and a ball peg on top. They did a good job. It sits inside the head, but the articulation still works, so you don't see inside the head, so that's good. I'm really happy with that. Looks up and down, no problem. You can kind of rock it side to side, but not a whole lot. And then of course you have the swivel. Comes with his lightsaber. You can take that off if you want to just put this on his belt, and of course you can just put it on his belt. Like that. I guess it goes like that. I don't really remember. It seems kind of like an awkward place to hang it, but you can. This is a really soft plastic, so be careful with that. One last little feature we have is if you want to, you can peel that off and put this one on, and it's supposed to look like he has his flap folded over. I thought I was going to like that, but it looks kind of awkward to me. I guess probably because it's so flat here. I don't know, it looks a little off, but they did a decent job with that idea, that concept. I probably would just leave it all black personally, but either way you have the choice. The choice is yours. And it's a pretty good figure. I think if you are a Star Wars fan, you should probably pick this up. It is Luke Skywalker after all, and it is from a famous few scenes in the movie. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend it, even though it's a fairly basic figure. They didn't really screw anything up other than the googly eye, and that's, you know, that happens sometimes with production figures, so I can't be too harsh. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.